What happens when Hollywood's golden image collides with the unforgiving eye of the public? When every photograph becomes a headline and every appearance is dissected beyond the person living it. That's exactly the world Angie Dickinson stepped into, and the story behind it is far more complex than the images people often remember. For decades, Angie Dickinson was more than just a screen presence. She was a symbol of classic Hollywood confidence, known for her elegance, her sharp screen performances, and the kind of charisma that didn't need explanation. Long before modern celebrity culture, she was already living under a spotlight that never truly turned off. Every role she played, every public appearance she made, was treated as part of a larger narrative about beauty, fame, and expectation. But what the audience saw was only a fraction of the truth. As Hollywood evolved, so did the pressure placed on women who once defined its glamour. Angie found herself at the center of a shifting culture where attention often focused less on talent and more on appearance. Photographs, media commentary, and public fascination with her image became louder than the roles that built her career. And this is where things become complicated. How do you maintain dignity when the world starts interpreting your life through fragments instead of the full story? Behind the fame was a woman navigating an industry that rarely allowed space for aging naturally. While the public often celebrated youth and reinvention, it was far less forgiving of change. Angie Dickinson, however, never fully disappeared. Instead, she adapted in her own quiet way, choosing when to step forward and when to step back. That balance between visibility and privacy became her silent form of control in a world that constantly tried to define her. There were moments when media attention intensified around her photographs and public appearances, turning simple fashion choices into exaggerated narratives. But what often gets lost in those conversations is the reality behind them. A woman simply existing in her later years, still confident, still present, still refusing to be reduced to a single image. And isn't that something we all struggle with in different ways? The desire to be seen for who we are, not just how we appear? As time moved forward, Angie's legacy began to settle into something deeper than headlines. People started revisiting her work, recognizing the strength she brought to her roles and the quiet resilience she showed off-screen. The noise of public speculation faded, but her influence remained. Because true icons are not defined by one moment, but by the long arc of how they endure being seen, misunderstood, and remembered. And maybe that is the real lesson hidden beneath her story. Fame can magnify everything: beauty, criticism, admiration, and judgment, but it cannot define the entirety of a person's life. Angie Dickinson's journey reminds you that identity is not something handed to you by public opinion. It is something you protect, shape, and carry forward, even when the world tries to turn it into something smaller than it really is.